Hello, we are back at the SWIMMTEICH of our neighbor Franz, the one who did everything himself. This is actually a Teichdoctor-method, a SWIMMTEICH, but it's only a SWIMMTEICH until now. It will be different. Here you see the excavator that our neighbor bought only to build this SWIMMTEICH. You see, it's a stable excavator and it's a lot of work to dig with that one. But our neighbor wanted to do everything himself. Of course, the disadvantage is that you always have to move this excavator because it's a fixed one and it does not move with the digger in action. As we said in the video with the EBOOK liner, I explained already that this organic pool is something very special. Franz wanted to build a natural pool that works well, but he has a special plan. He installed in his house an organic sewage system that is not yet working, and with this biological sewage system, he has this water that comes out of the sewage, and he has to let it flow somewhere. And his idea was, oh, look at that. You see, this is how he has to transport his excavator. Here you see the ready holes. So this is the SWIMMTEICH. Here you see very well the place for the drainage pipes, the ring drainage. And to the right you see the filter box. Because, as I said, he will have this sewage water and he will get this water into this filter hole that will be filled with sand and gravel in the end, and there will be planted some grasses, some reed hedges. And he hopes that this reed will clean his sewage water, and then after the water flows through this filter box, then he will get the water into his organic pool. But all of this is not installed yet. It's not working yet. The only thing that's really finished is the organic pool. And he has this pool for 2 years now, and it is working very well because it is built according to the Teichdoctor system. So it's the organic pool seen by itself is a SWIMMTEICH. Only when it gets connected to the water that runs through the filter box, then it won't be a SWIMMTEICH anymore. So the excavation is finished. Now Franz has to bring down the EBOOK liner. It comes in a piece, as you see. He measured himself. He gave the company the measurements, the size he needs, and they delivered it in one piece. This piece weighs about 300 kilos. That's why he has to take it down like that. and up the hill. Has to take the reverse gear. As you see, it's not easy to bring it up because it's quite steep and the liner is heavy. But Franz is a good driver, good operator. So they were getting the liner down. And this is how it looks like when it gets delivered. So first, you have to roll it out. It's also the first SWIMMTEICH we see with EPDM liner. So far, I have only seen SWIMMTEICHs with PVC or TPO liner, which has to get thermically welded. That's different with this one. That's also cheaper because you don't need professionals to weld the liner. As you have seen in our previous video about this SWIMMTEICH, it's not that easy to unfold the EPDM liner, but with a lot of hands and a special technique, it's possible. Actually, the secret is to have air under the liner to spread it out. In the beginning, when they built it, we thought that it would be a problem maybe to use EPDM liner because it has so many wrinkles. As you see, it's full of wrinkles. But in the end, we had to experience that it didn't make a difference. Their water is clear as glass. Has been clear as glass for the last 2 years. As with every SWIMMTEICH, you have to fill the deep area with water before you start to build the aquaculture, the regeneration zone. And then Franz did a very good thing. He used a lot of stones to cover the walls. He did not do that only for the color, not to see the black color of the liner, but he did that mostly because he thought that the microorganisms that clean the water have more room to prosper and thrive. That's why he covered the walls with stones. He did not do that with the deep zone because the deep zone, you have to pump it out every year. So how can you pump out the deep zone if the liner is covered with stones? So that's why he did not put any stones or gravel in the deep zone. They washed their stones before they lay them because, as we know, it's the nutrients that cause turbidity or algae bloom in your water. And if you wash the stones before you set them, the risk of bringing in a lot of nutrients is much smaller than when you don't wash them, than if you don't wash them. It's a hard work that he has done. Every single stone is set by his hands. He did really stone by stone. But the result is beautiful, I think. As you see here, he has installed the drainage pipes, and this is the ring drainage around the organic pool, and this ring drainage is also running between the filter zone and the SWIMMTEICH. Here you see the first turbidity, water is quite green. This is when they were still building. But even at that time, Franz started to take out organic input. So the excavator has done his job, winter came, spring is coming, and there it is, clear as glass. Now it's finished in spring, and Franz found the time to finish up with his stones. Can you imagine? Isn't that beautiful? You see the dust on the walls of the EPM liner, but the water is beautifully clear. Now, a year later, it's still working very well, the water is clear, and Franz has still not finished. The filter system is not connected, the sewage is not connected. We will probably have another video just to show you the progress when it's finished. I hope you enjoyed this video and found some new ideas. If so, give us a thumb up, and if you are not a follower yet, be welcome to subscribe to our channel.